right, guys. Happy St. Patty's Day. Welcome to 14 Rings and NFC East podcast. We are all, I think, a little Irish today, even if you're not Irish like JT. Maurice is Irish, but JT I don't think is Irish. I could be wrong. JT, are you Irish?
1.5%.
Okay. Okay. Every little percent counts. All right.
He more than you.
We're just going to let JT rock out for a second.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining in on this St. Patty's Day edition of 14 Rings and NFC East podcast. Only one of us is allowed to wear green today, though. I am wearing my Bulbasaur Pokemon socks, so I'm still in the clear for green.
Bulbasaur, all right.
I wore green earlier. I was disgusted by it. I'll let Maurice have the green, but if you saw the green in the background, that's close enough for me for this evening.
All right. Cool. That being said, yeah, absolutely. So that being said, we are still in our mock draft series. So up this week is Mal and the Giants. Mal, any comments before we get started? And then afterwards, we're going to talk more about free agency and social medias.
Yeah, so just one quick comment before we start the mock draft, guys. There will be no trades in this mock draft. None of the guys will have trades. But I do want to preface, in a real-world situation for round one, me as a fan would personally like to see the Giants trade back. Ooh. So this is going to be an instance of if they stay at 5, but want a preference to the fans that are watching that I would ultimately elect for a trade back from 5.
That's interesting.
Wait, so what's your sweet spot if you want to trade back?
My sweet spot is probably 12 to 15.
That's fair.
In hopes of landing a corner.
I'll switch spots with you.
I'm not trading with you.
Yeah.
I'm pick 12.
2 first?
Would you trade pick 12 and pick 20?
For 5?
5.
That'd be a lot.
Would you do that, JT, though? Move up to 5?
If the guy's there.
Ooh.
Yeah, it all depends on what team is in love with whatever players are still on the board at that point.
I'm sticking with 12 and 12.
Love? Well, that's going to be one of the guys that might be available to you. But let's go ahead and switch over to our mock draft. Of course, as normal, we'll be sharing our mock draft here on the screen.
Maurice, you got your glasses?
I actually have contacts in today, so we're good.
Oh, okay, good.
Still buff up the screen. The screen.
No, we ain't. No, that's too much for me. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here, guys. Remember, Mal, it has the 5th pick in this draft. Let's see what's happened. We are ignoring trades.
Whoop, there it is.
Oh, wait. Let's see what the first 4 picks were.
Now, too late. I exited out. Okay, so here are your options at 5. David Bailey, Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, Spencer Fanu, Mansour Delane.
I already know the choice.
Yeah, well, we're going to go based off my previous mock draft when we did the NFC East mock draft. Let's go Sonny Styles. We still have a big need at the linebacker room, especially with Tremaine Edmonds being a decent signing, but we need a good pair with him. So let's take Sonny.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of people mocking if Jeremiah Love doesn't get picked by the Titans that you guys are really interested in him as well. I thought you guys didn't have a second-round pick this year.
We have a second round. We don't have a third round pick.
Oh, third round. Okay, there we go. Okay,
a comment about Jeremiah Love. Now, here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Harbaugh and how he previously acted on the Ravens, Harbaugh always drafted best player available. Now, I will not be mad at that. I think drafting for need is a dangerous game, and that's where you tend to reach. So I'm interested to see how they play that situation with who is on the board at 5. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Now, I need a guard really, really bad, and I also need a cornerback.
So do you want to look at both of those positions?
Scroll through the all real quick.
You got Caden Proctor, Caleb Banks, C.J. Allen, Emmanuel McNeely Warren, Ty Simpson, Colton Hood, and Brandon Siss.
Yeah, give me Colton Hood. I'm going to go cornerback this round. Our secondary is really light and really thin. Right now, we have Deontay Banks as cornerback too, and that just can't happen. So, going to need to get a replacement there.
That's fair. That's right. Another third round pick. So, While we're waiting for this, let's see what. Oh, never mind.
We don't have a third round, so we're in the fourth.
All right, so you have okay, so we have trade on Stokes, Garrett Nussberger, Genesis Smith, Darnell Jackson, Skylar Bell.
Can you go into interior offensive line for me?
Okay, interior offensive line. You have Jake Slaughter, Jalen Farmer, Bew Stevens, and Parker Brailsford.
What pick number am I at right now?
You are at pick 105.
Give me Jake Slaughter.
All right, Jake Slaughter it is. I think he can play center too.
Yeah, and which we need also because John Michael Schmitz is not 100% guaranteed.
All right.
All right, now do me a favor.
Hang on, I want to show you what you have so far. So you have drafted Sonny Styles, linebacker, Colton Hood, and Jake Slaughter. Your positions of need is still offensive tackle, edge, which was weird as edge is on there, wide receiver, safety, running back.
Okay.
Because Tibbs is on the trading block.
Yeah.
Bew Stevens is still there. Parker. Sorry. You gotta
go
back
to all real quick.
All right, Zane Durant. That's a good player.
I want Zane Durant. We need another presence inside on the defensive line with Dexter Lawrence. Interested to see how Darius Alexander develops. He had a pretty good rookie season last year, but we definitely need to get more depth on the defensive line.
Fair enough. Now, let me ask you, Mal, has your free agency impacted your draft strategy at all?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
A little bit, yes. I was more willing to go for wide receiver in the draft, and I'm still not opposed to it, but with some of the depth pieces that we've added over the past week, which I'll talk about in a little bit, I'm okay with addressing some other needs with the limited amount of picks that we have right now.
That's fair.
Because there's more glaring things like my secondary and offensive line that need some help.
Well, I don't think you need Jake and
No.
Parker Bryce for still on there. Let's see, linebacker Bryce Boucher, CJ Davis, Reggie Virgil, Aiden Fisher.
Give me Reggie Virgil. I'm gonna take a wide receiver in a little bit of later rounds.
Oh, you got another 6th-round pick.
Yep.
Okay, Jack Endries. You don't need a tight end, right? Still Parker Bryce, CJ Davis.
I'm gonna go JC Davis. I was gonna go Wagner, but JC Davis has a little more upside, so I'm willing to go with him.
Oh, you have another pick at the next. You have 2 picks back to back. Aiden Fisher is a pretty good player. If you want to go another linebacker, or do you want to look at a particular position?
I'm thinking.
You need a kicker, right?
Oh, is there any long snappers in the draft?
Long snappers, yes. You got a few
there.
there.
Lasso. I have no long snapper right now, guys. None.
Okay.
0. So we're gonna go long snapper. They're gonna give me a D on that, but whatever. I don't care.
Taking care of a need. So
yeah.
Do you have any more picks? No, that was your last pick.
Yeah.
All right, that was very quick. Okay, so you have 5.
Okay, sorry. I was looking at my grid.
Wait, did it?
Oh yeah, you're right. They gave you a D plus. Okay.
Everything else was looking good.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't think that's the worst result of your draft. What, you got about 7 picks here?
Yeah, like I said before we started this, that I would encourage the Giants to trade back and to acquire more draft capital, preferably a 2nd-round pick. I think that will get better value for the players in the 2nd round. But hey, listen, we'll see what happens. You know, some players in the later rounds do develop to be good NFL starters or NFL players in general. Giants fans, as you know, we don't have a lot of patience because we've been terrible for so long, but looking to trust the process and trust Harbaugh on what he's got going on. So
trust the process. Maurice knows all about that.
Well.
You too.
I know, me too. See, if you look over there, boom. Anyway, I don't hate your draft. I think you addressed a lot of good positions that you guys really needed. To be honest with you, I don't hate your free agency, but let's go ahead and get into your free agency. Unless you had any other, and unless anybody had any other comments about her draft, or you wanted to say anything else, Mal.
No, I mean, it was going to go pretty quick. I don't have as many picks as Earl and Maurice do.
Right.
But overall, Giants still have a good amount of needs. For example, I would say leaving free agency right now, guard is a big one. Defensive line, interior defensive lineman is a big one. And cornerback is really, really, really sus. So those are the three big ones. We'll see what happens. More to come. That's all I got.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's go. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to say about her draft?
No, I like the draft. She addressed the needs.
No, that's solid.
She addressed the needs that she had with the picks she had. So, and I agree. If they can move down, that would definitely be best for them.
Yeah, if you can get a third rounder along with that, then you got a complete draft, basically.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
listen, I would not be mad if we traded back, did corner first round for, Mullane from LSU. Love that kid. I think he's going to be a stud. We really need a difference maker considering we whiffed our first round pick on our cornerback Deontay Banks. Got to make up for that. We have to start solidifying that secondary with the wide receivers in our division. Between Pickens, CD, Terry, AJ, Devonta Smith, we can't have a Swiss cheese secondary. That has to be addressed in this draft. 100%. Biggest need. Go ahead, Earl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. I know you're going to say something.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, you gotta make sure you hit on the picks that you have, even if it's less than other teams. And as long as you get the guy that's on your board, and if he's there, I think that's most important. Because honestly, if you take care of what you need to in free agency, things start to become easier when you're going into the draft, where you don't have to feel like you got to reach at something. So, not a bad draft, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think it was good overall. But let's go ahead and go to your free agency because you guys made quite a few deals after our last episode.
Yeah, so I'm just going to run through the list of the complete free agency haul that the Giants have completed so far. So, right now, Giants signed linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, fullback Patrick Ricard, kicker Jason Sanders, wide receiver Calvin Austin, tight end Isaiah Likely, cornerback Greg Newsome II, safety Ardarius Washington, safety Jason Pinnock is coming home. I love this move.
I like
Love
bringing
Jason Pinnock.
Yeah, I thought losing him last year was not a good look for you guys.
Right now, he's playing better than Nubin, who was our second-round pick from last year. So I'm all for that. We needed that. Safety Elijah Campbell, punter Jordan Stout, and wide receiver Darnell Mooney. Those are players from external teams that we signed. Free agents that we re-signed are Jermaine Illuminor, linebacker Micah McFadden, Gunnar Olszewski, cornerback Art Green, wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins, offensive lineman Evan Neal. We'll talk about that in a minute, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure
Just
you
pass
love
that
that.
one for now.
Okay.
Tight end Chris Manhertz, cornerback Nick Jones, linebacker Zaire Barnes, offensive lineman Aaron Stinney, wide receiver Ryan Miller, linebacker Caleb Murphy, and we lost Dane Belton, Casey Kreider, Austin Schlattman, Cordell Flott, Daniel Bellinger, and Wandale Robinson. So, it's been a busy off season for us free agency wise, and like they say, you cannot build a team through free agency. But I do like some of the moves that we have as a team that has been very poorly performing for a long time. It seems that Harbaugh is coming in and completely retooling the roster, which we love to see. Good, reasonable contracts. Evan Neal is a troll. That is so funny. He also is getting no guaranteed money, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, he's not. Okay, that's
no
actually surprising.
Guaranteed money, none. So
that's interesting.
And he's here for a year, no guaranteed money, vet minimum. John Harbaugh wants to see if he can salvage a little bit of what he saw on his tape from college. Listen, if John Harbaugh can change Evan Neal, dude, I'll get that man's face tattooed on my back because I think that's how impossible that is. So that's going to be really interesting. Now, the one sign... Go ahead, Lucas.
Hey, Mal, when you said that, have you guys ever seen the Adam Sandler movie, That's My Boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
When Mao said getting a face tattooed on his back, I think of what happened with Andy Sandberg's back when he got the tattoo as a kid and they grew up and then they just had giant foreheads. And I'm just imagining a tattoo of John Harbaugh's forehead on Mao's back. It is hilarious.
Yo, and I'm so for real, I would do it. If he turned Evan Neal into like an all pro, like I'm telling you, I would do it. That's how uncertain I am that will happen. So, best of luck, Evan Neal. I'm not thrilled to have you back, but if you prove me wrong, by all means.
It doesn't sound like he's going to be a starter.
Absolutely not. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked. But hey, listen, we've come a long way considering that Evan Neal was one of my starters for a little while. So best wishes, whatever. Interested to see how that goes. But I fully expect him to be released at some point. The two major ones that happened this week that I am a little more excited about is the two wide receiver additions, Calvin Austin III and Darnell Mooney. Big thing is adding speed to the wide receiver room. Now, as we know, Jalen Hyatt is not always the norm with speed, but Calvin Austin III and Darnell Mooney have shown nice bits of tape that I am very interested to see how this goes. I think, Darnell Mooney was hurt last year, but Matt Nagy made him have the best season that he's had in Chicago. So hopefully we can bring that out here with Jackson Dart. I hope ultimately Mooney performs at a level that could potentially replace Darius Slayton's role on this team in some way, shape, or form. Don't know if that will happen. That is a big more to come. But Slayton has a drop problem. I am willing to try anything at this point because I don't know with the glaring needs that we have on defense, we're going to be able to get that X factor wide receiver in the draft. So we'll see what happens. I am interested. I don't hate the move. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like the Mooney. I was actually looking at Mooney for the Commanders, so I actually like that for you guys. That's fair. I think John Harbaugh is not known for drafting wide receivers high in the draft, so no. I mean, Zay Flowers was a stretch,
and that's
for him.
okay. That's really okay. I don't really think we should be going wide receiver at 5. I mean, and I'll say that 10,000 times over. I think, you can have 2 stud wide receivers, but when your corners are literally letting everybody run past you, we're going to have a big problem. Yeah. So I'm bigger on the defensive holes that we have to fix. I do think Dennard Wilson is going to help this cornerback room, but we definitely need more talent in there. It's very thin, very thin. So either way, pretty good free agency haul. Super excited about Jordan Stout and Isaiah Likely. Those are my 2 favorite signings of free agency so far. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. But overall, pretty good offseason. Not going to get too ahead of myself. We'll see how things go when camp starts, and we'll go from there.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Anybody else have any thoughts on the Giants free agency before we move on? All right, cool. We will get to the Commanders free agency. First off, thank you to Kayvon Chason, who, by the way, signed here for a 1-year deal worth of $11 million. That was a sneaky move after our podcast last week. But he leaked a little bit of what the equipment room and what some of our helmets may be looking like. I'm very excited about that. My team's not the only team that has uniform, leaked information too. I'll let Maurice talk about his though. That being said, we added Kayvon Chason, and I mispronounced his name last week. Leo Chanel. Didn't realize there was a
Kayvon Chason.
Kayvon Chason. Thank you. Then we added Chig Okongwu. Look, I love that. I love that move. Chig Okongwu. Chig Okongwu. Nick Cross. Probably, I don't even know how this guy, the Colts let this guy leave. That's surprising. I like the Nick Cross signing. Bringing back Tim Settle, former Redskin, drafted in 2018. Bringing him back, shore up the middle. We already talked about the Robertson move. And now I know I'm going to mess up this guy's name. Charles Omenihu. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. Yeah, Charles Omenihu, he's a D lineman. He can go anywhere on the line. He's depth piece. We brought in Rashard White, which I've been predicting for months now, since like January. I just want to say that. Good, pass catcher, pass blocker. We also got, replaced Chris Rod as a power back with Jerome Ford. I like that pickup. I think Jerome Ford is an upgrade over him, both on 1-year deals. We also well, no, I'm not getting to the people that we brought back yet. Well, we kind of brought this guy back. He left for a year. De'Ami Brown got a bag, and Jacksonville barely played, and now he's a depth piece here on a 1-year, $3 million deal. And then we also brought in Van Jefferson. Some people are happy about De'Ami. He may or may not make the team, guys. I don't know. We'll see. It's a depth piece. I don't see more to come, right? Van Jefferson is definitely a depth piece. I'm not even worried about him. Probably one of the bigger re-signings that we had was Chris Paul. That shores up the left guard position. I'm on a 1-year deal. Marcus Mariota's back. Andrew Wiley got extended. We talked about him and Traylon Burks, Dedrick Wise, Drake Jackson, Shai Tuttle. We also brought back Jake Moody. We are bringing back a kicker. Have we found our kicker of the future? He won 18 of 20 last year on field goals. So look, hopefully we'll see. And then we also brought back McNichols. So another running back for the running back room. I think based off of this, we're either going to go with the 7th pick. Based off of this, we're either going to go wide receiver or DN, because all the DNs that we have signed outside of Odafe Owe, 1-year deals. Or in the case of Dorrance Armstrong, he's on the last year of his deal. So outside of Owe, there is no depth on the defensive end position. So that being said, I think it's either defensive end or wide receiver. It's one of the two. Brandon Aiyuk situation, basically, we've all had that petty X. I know we have all had that. The San Francisco 49ers are that petty X with Brandon Aiyuk. They don't want to let him go. They're trying to get a 7th round pick for him. I don't think they're going to get that. Yeah, they're trying to get a 7th, even though his contract's not guaranteed, and you unguaranteed it at the beginning of last year. Like, why? Why are you doing this? Because you're petty and you don't want him to go to the Commanders. Because
can I say something real quick, Lucas?
Yeah, go ahead.
And please don't get mad at me.
I might not.
Okay, I don't think y'all should go the route of washed up 49ers receivers anymore. Personally, I think you should just draft a receiver, if I'm just being real with you.
Yeah. I think on a prove-it deal, in a 1-year prove-it deal, we're not going to give him big money. Maybe incentive-based.
He's got a trash attitude. Why would you want him on your team?
I think the 49ers are gaslighting the rest of the league into thinking that he has a trash attitude.
I mean, I don't know about that, Lucas. I think y'all need to form your own identity as a young team, which you're starting to do through free agency. Because what did we all say last season? That y'all were too old, and you were. Now you're starting. I was only 28. Oh, okay. Yes. All right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm 29, so I am old, but you know what I mean. I mean, I couldn't run on a football field.
The only person under the age of 30 on this podcast saying that she's old.
Well, I'm turning 30, but let's not get into that. No, I'm saying I think that you should keep the identity of going younger, growing your own guys in-house. You've had a lot of wide receiver drama. I don't think Aiyuk is the way to go. Now, obviously, is Adam Peters going to disagree with me because he comes from the 49ers? Absolutely, and he knows better than I do. I'm not a GM. If I was, I'd be making millions, and I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Or, we'd all be on a yacht somewhere in Hawaii instead of recording this. But
valid point.
In the end, I think, personally, you guys should go the younger wide receiver route. I don't think, and I could be wrong. But I think Jaden Daniels needs to find his own young guy to connect with long-term through his whole time in Washington that you can call a staple.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just me.
I'm gonna quote something from the Road to El Dorado from Miguel and Tulio. Both why can't you have your cake and eat it too? Get Brandon
Because I
Ayuk.
still think that you guys have needs that you need to address as well.
Why can't you take Brandon Ayuk and draft a young guy at 7? Why can't you
Because
have both?
if Jeremiah Love falls to you, you can get that running back, and then in the later rounds, the second or third, get a good wide receiver.
Maybe.
And you can get both of those offensive weapons. I'm just
Maybe.
saying, I think that instead of getting these,
why couldn't you get Jeremiah
receivers,
Love and then get a wide receiver in round 3 and get Brandon Ayuk? What's stopping us?
I mean, you could, but Brandon Aiyuk is also one of those big name receivers that's going to expect targets too.
I think Brandon Ayuk is just going to... The power, as Rio Robinson says, the power of friendship is strong in DC.
This just ain't Odell. Like, Odell, he a diva. He an older wide receiver.
I don't know. I wouldn't put Brandon Ayuk on the level of Odell, but JT, what's up?
That's not what I was saying.
I was just gonna. That's not what Mal was saying. But also, you got to think about McLaurin's health. Now he's not getting any younger, even though he got a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not only are you doing that, you're dealing with Aiyuk, who's disgruntled allegedly, and if you bring him in, then you're looking to pay another receiver on top of your chance of probably drafting a receiver. So my question to you, Lucas, is with the money that you've already spent, do you feel like if you bring Aiyuk in, he's going to get another contract, or you're just going to do a 1-year rental?
I think this is a audition year for Aiyuk. You give him a 1-year deal, prove a deal, give him heavily incentive based. If he does well, cool, bring him back. If he doesn't, let him find his own path.
So essentially, you want your cake and you want to eat it too.
Why not? Why not?
Maybe that cake's expired.
I'm just saying, think about why you're one of the only teams that are going to actively pursue him.
Because everybody knows he wants to come to us. Nobody else wants him because they know he wants to be here. He only took the money from them because they weren't going to send him here.
If he was a hot commodity still, though, teams would be willing to give a little more for him, whether they knew where he wanted to be or not. It's still a business.
This is a what have you done for me lately league, okay? Brandon Aiyuk has not played.
If Howie Roseman wanted Brandon Aiyuk, he would do what it took to get Brandon Aiyuk.
I don't think Howie Roseman could afford Brandon Aiyuk right now.
We got our own receiver.
He'd figure it out. He'd figure it out. But yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I was
Maurice
going to say
got he went wide receiver issues anyways.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'll just say this: you can get the young guy, get Aiyuk on a 1-year deal. We still have the most money out of anybody still in free agency. It's not that big of a deal. It's worth the swing because if you're wrong and he actually hits, then you got 2 number ones, or if Ayuk's 80% of what he used to be, he's still worth a 1-year deal swing.
And where would you feel McLaurin is?
I mean, look, McLaurin, I think the fan base, and I kind of see it too, the writing's on the wall. He is not an Adam Peters guy. He wasn't drafted by him. That's why the contract stuff took so long. Ooh. I don't think, hot take, I don't think Terry's here after this contract, unless he takes a significant pay cut.
I don't think that's a hot take. I agree with you.
Yeah. So, if you can get Aiyuk, who's more than a couple years younger than Terry, then why not take the swing? And you can still get that guy at 7, whether it's Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, or Hunter Tyson.
I just don't think you're going to take a guy at 7 if you sign Brandon Aiyuk.
I think I just don't think that's going to happen. My thing is, I don't think wide receiver 3, because let's say Ayuk's number 2, right? I don't think wide receiver 3 is set in stone yet. I don't think anybody on our depth chart, whether it's Luke McCaffrey, who I really like, Diami, who everybody else really likes, whether it's Lane, who I think is really just a special teams player at this point, whether it's Treylon Burks or it's not Van Jefferson. It's not. I'm sorry, I can't even say that. But you guys get my point. I don't think that wide receiver 3 position is solidified. So whether it's with the 7th pick or with our 3rd round pick, I think a wide receiver is coming. That's my feeling. That's That's what I honestly don't think it's going to be edge. I think it could be edge, but I think more likely it's going to be wide receiver just based off all the moves that we've had in free agency. Because right now we've just been adding depth at the wide receivers position in free agency, not a number 2 or number 3 starter.
Which
Unless
I
they
agree
really
with you
believe
with.
in Luke McCaffrey.
And this will be my final point before I wrap up with that. You're not going to draft a guy at 7 to be in a competition for wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. That guy's probably going to be up in the wide receiver 1 category. So now you move Terry
then
to 2.
you have Brandon Aiyuk at number 3.
Yeah.
And then doing a 1-year swing at Brandon Aiyuk is not a big deal. And then who knows? Maybe the guy beats out Terry for number 1, and that's even more awesome. We'll see.
It's not.
I think in the words of
a soap opera, who gets the ball?
Soap opera.
Look, we have a quarterback that can sling it. I'm not worried about it, but I digress.
Yeah.
If he has time,
It's not.
Our offensive line is not the issue.
It's not too far fetched.
It's not
to give your quarterback going into his 3rd season the most weapons he's ever had in the pros. If you draft for Cornell Tate, then Aiyuk and McLaurin, they're fighting for receiver 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that's a bad situation. Yeah. It could be Mekhi Lemon as well or Hunter Tyson. I honestly...
Jordan Tyson.
Sorry, I want to say Hunter Tyson. Anyway, Jordan Tyson. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I digress.
One big more to come.
More to come. Up to the Phillies and their Cacas.
The Phillies?
Yes, the Phillies. The Phillies and the Cacas.
All right,
and the basketball team that we're going to put bags on our heads.
Yeah.
Maurice goes, okay, so.
Yeah, all right. Moving on. What are you drinking?
Oh, vitamin water.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm trying to be
me
healthy.
too. Mine's is for energy.
Mine is just, I like grape. That's why.
You like grape flavored things.
What's wrong with grape?
Go ahead, Lucas.
Right.
Go ahead.
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with grape flavored things?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
All right, so last week, as we were recording, it was kind of breaking news. They signed Rick Woolen. Eagles signed Rick Woolen to a 1-year contract. They gave a contract extension to Jordan Davis. So coming in this week, also they signed Grant Calcaterra and Johnny Mundit to 1-year contracts, 2 tight ends. So coming into this week after last week, they made some more moves. They signed our punter Brandon Mann to a 4-year contract. Good move.
I thought you guys just locked him in.
It was a new 4-year contract, brand new 4-year contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a good punter. I like Brandon Mann. The kicker, that's still up in the air. I don't know if our kicker Jake Elliott is secure for next season. As the summer goes, we'll find out more about that one. They agreed to terms with Arnold at the how you say that? Ebikeki?
Ooh, I don't envy you right
JT,
now.
help me on that one.
Wait, what? Say it.
Linebacker from Atlanta Falcons, Arnold Ebikeki. I think that's how you say it.
I need to see the name. Hold on. I need to see the name. Hold on.
And they also signed cornerback Jonathan Jones, who was on the Commanders.
Oh yeah, you got
season.
him from us.
Yeah, they signed them both to 1-year contracts.
He's kind of old. Have fun.
Yeah, backup player. I don't expect much.
You shouldn't.
From Jonathan Jones. Yeah. So with that, and today, by the way,
I think it's a Beckety.
a Beckety.
Bickety.
Okay, Arnold Beckety. We'll go.
I think.
For right now, we'll go with that. If he mispronounce it, pardon me.
I swear, we need to start having
Charge it to our heads, not our heart.
Man, we need to start having a meme pop up whenever we have a name, and it's just a picture of the substitute teacher from Key and Peele. Just have it.
And more breaking news earlier today: the Eagles come to terms on a 1-year contract with Hollywood Brown. I like that move. They lost. Yeah, what's the guy?
Dotson.
Dotson. Yeah, I'm having a brain for
Yeah,
him.
he went to Atlanta.
They went
Didn't
to
you
get
guys
John.
also re-sign Dallas Goddard?
Yes, I mean,
Yep.
can I get to it?
I wasn't
let
sure.
go.
You were talking about
Good
people
grief.
that left. I thought you had moved on. My bad.
All right, anyway,
No,
they
let him
signed
go, let him
Hollywood
go.
Brown to a 1-year contract to be our receiver 3. I like that move. More dynamic, more down the field. I really like Hollywood Brown in that position. Listen, the receiver 3 position is not going to be uh, a highly productive position. But when we need it, when it calls for it, um, yeah, I could see a Hollywood Brown breaking one once every couple games. Also, I like his potential in the return game. One of my free agents that I really want the Eagles to get was Rashid Shaheed. They didn't get
Yeah.
him.
Shaheed.
Yes, Shaheed. So they didn't get him, but Hollywood Brown, I don't mind that, especially on a 1-year deal. Eagles are signing a lot of guys to 1-year contracts. Obviously, those are salary cap purposes. But the big fish was Dallas Goddard. They brought him back on a 1-year contract, pretty much $7.5 million. They're going to try to rework his contract, get him signed long term. That is the goal. But for right now, I love the move. I think he actually took a hometown discount. I think he could have got a lot more in the open market, but 7.5 for 1 year. I love it. I love it. So pretty much going into next season, barring a trade at the receiver position, they're pretty much going to have every starter back on offense next season. We're going to see what happens with that, with the coordinators and all that, but they still have the continuity of all the players being there, which I do love. So shout out to Dallas Goddard for coming back to Philly. He really loves it here, and it shows. He signed a 1-year deal. Um, Questions, comments, concerns?
Didn't Lane Johnson get his deal reworked or something like that?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. I thought I saw something, but I could be wrong. Bringing back the same offense that struggled, we'll see. Because, like, I don't think it's your players. I think it's your coordinators. Like, will it work? We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I say, yeah. With a new offensive coordinator, we'll see. But same players coming back, that always helps.
Indeed. Indeed, it does. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah. Does anybody have anything else, or do we give the floor to JT?
No,
Or
y'all
JT.
did what you had to do.
Yep. All right, JT, it is your turn.
Alrighty. This was a very eventful week of free agency. In week 1, recap on a few of the free agent moves. Our first move, we traded for Rashad Gary. We traded a 2027 fourth. Our first free agent signing, we signed Jalen Thompson. I really like this signing. Signed him to a 3-year deal. Next player we signed was Sam Williams. He's a returning player, as well as Javonte Williams, which was our first free agent signing. We brought back a familiar face in Tyrus Wheat on a 1-year deal. We signed PJ Locke to a 1-year deal. Otito Ogbania signed him to a 1-year deal. And the most recent signings, we signed a 1-year deal with Sam Howell. Now he's going to be competing as a backup, and low key, I like the move.
Can I be honest with you? Why?
No.
No, I can't be honest with you. Okay. Okay.
Well, we released Will Greer.
My heart
So-
aches.
It is what it is. I appreciate what Will Greer did in Dallas. I wish him nothing but the best. For me, I'm feeling like this team is upgrading, and it's like really low-key upgrades in certain positions. They're moving a lot faster than normal, and these 1-year deals are under prove-it deals, but also a change in what they normally do. The philosophy is changing. And the recent hire on a 1-year deal with Kobe Durant from the Los Angeles Rams. He's a solid corner. He's played. He's been in the league the last couple of years. He's had about, I think, 70 games under his belt. I think he played in 40. He had a really good playoff game where he had 3 interceptions for the Rams. He's an undersized corner, and I'm not sure. I think I know where this is going with what Christian Parker believes in his corners, where he's looking for guys that can be multiple. And Kobe Durant, he can play in the inside, he can play on the outside. I think for him, he'll probably be on the outside for the most part. We've had a couple of tenders as well with Reddy Stewart, Josh Butler, TJ Bass. TJ Bass just recently signed his tender. We're just waiting on Brandon Aubrey. And the last minute trade that took place, Dallas Cowboys trade Oso Odigizua to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2026 third round pick. So that's pick 92.
Y'all just keep racking in them picks, man.
That's actually pretty good value too. I like that.
Yeah, I think it works out for both teams. Osa does not fit in what Christian Parker's trying to do on this defense, and writing was on the wall after this past season, as well as going into the combine, where I could confirm or deny that Osa had a feeling that he didn't fit this scheme and he was on his way out the door. He fits better with the 49ers on what they do. Now, I wish Osa none but the best, even though he's a rival. I respect this rival, and for him, they got a really good player going to them. And D'Amico Ryans, he's gonna enjoy having Osa there. I think for this, having a day 2 pick is one that's gonna be good that Dallas could shop to get somebody, or find that guy in the day 2 that they're looking for that's on their draft board. Now, I'm looking at these top 3 picks that they have with 2 firsts and then a day 2 pick. You have a chance to get a guy that really helps your defense, but also can be a cornerstone for what you do in the future. Now, for me, I know that Dallas need linebackers, and I have to say this linebacker class is truly special. I have 5 guys on my radar that if we can land one of those guys, I'm a happy camper. But overall, I like what Dallas is doing right now. They could do more. I don't think they're done with the free agency. But for right now, for what they were doing in week 1, that's a solid job on their part. I give credit to the Joneses on making moves, but I'm still want them to continue to help better the team and not just do it just to do it, but to get this team where it needs to go. I believe our guys' philosophy is changing, where Osa was the last pick of our 2021 draft. Our all 11 picks are no longer on this team. The only guy from 2020 was CeeDee Lamb, and then recent of 2022 with Tyler Smith and Sam Williams, and so on. I think 3 techs are dead in Dallas. I think the rangy corners in Dallas are about to be deceased. I think there's going to be a change that happens with this defense for the better. They improved on the back end. Linebackers, there's some improvement there. The front is good. It can be better. But overall, I'm liking the moves that they're doing. 1-year moves to prove it deals, as well as getting low-key guys that really help out the scheme for Parker's defense. And I'm just ready for them to rock and roll. So I digress.
All right. Around the NFL, we didn't get to do this last week. Any thoughts on anything free agency, right, Maurice?
So, can I ask a question to you guys?
Sure.
So, because it happened while we were mid-recording and we were all kind of gagged about it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Ravens backing out of Crosby trade? Do you think it was shady? Do you think it was a failed physical? Do you think it was a little bit of both? What are we feeling?
It was a failed physical, and the Ravens got cold feet, because the reason for it, they're giving up their draft capital, and it was at a point that they had too many gaps to fill for that. And having Crosby there, unsure of how his knee is, and then you're out of picks. I think they just had cold feet. They needed those picks, and before you know it, they ended up signing Trey Hendrickson and keep their picks.
Yeah, how about that?
I think this. I think this is shadier than Slim is. Look, at the end of the day, like JT just said, yeah, I think you can have Hendrickson who can do similar production. Granted, a little bit older, but cheaper deal. 31, yeah. Cheaper deal, and you get to keep your picks. Yeah, no, it's shadier than Slim was. Okay, let's be clear.
Yeah, I think they had 10 or 11 players signed elsewhere, so they were really losing most of their squad. So I definitely understood why they were just kind of iffy on it. But honestly, whoever decides to go for Crosby, they got a guy coming off of surgery, but overall, he's still young. He's going to be 29 coming in this year, and he's still got a lot left.
If I'm a GM of any other team in the NFL, I am very wary of doing deals with the Ravens moving forward.
Well, I think going into that trade, everyone said that the Ravens paid too much for Crosby. 2 firsts. That was a lot.
That was the asking price, Maurice. That's.
See, they
know. I'm sorry.
They met the requirement.
Yeah,
I think Dallas had the second bid where they were giving up a first and a third,
a second.
And Dallas made it very clear immediately afterward that they were not interested in continuing those trade talks moving forward. So listen, honestly, I disagree that I don't think that people will do business with the Ravens. They will. I think that in the end, it was an unfortunate situation for both Max and the Ravens. I think they did want him on their team genuinely. But, hey, what does Joe Shane say? Scared money don't make money. There you go.
And I can leave on this little nugget that, they said that they're not interested. I'm to the point, get a guy in here. If it's Crosby, if it's not, someone else, so be it. But they said that they're not ruling out possibly coming back for a Crosby trade.
I can't imagine them both on the Ravens defensive line. I can't imagine.
Honestly,
that's crazy work. That's
crazy
work.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they're trying to get at least a first, I'll relinquish 12.
Yeah. Well, just 12, though. We'll see.
I
don't know. It doesn't sound like he's going to get traded. He sounds like he's invested.
Sounds like he's
whatever team is going to get Crosby is going to get a motivated player. That's for sure.
Can we talk about the funniest trade that's happened in the offseason? Geno Smith going back to the Jets.
And Justin Fields going to Kansas City from the Jets.
Yeah.
But Geno going to the Jets. That's full circle, and
I'll tell you this much. As you know, I'm very close with Jet fans. I grew up with them my whole life. They're not happy about it.
They're not happy about it? Okay.
No, they don't want him there. Also, Jalen Waddle going for that price was absolutely insane. That only drives up the whole A.J. Brown price if Howie was really shopping him.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins,
to Denver.
They traded him to Denver. I think Schefter reported earlier that Miami Dolphins have $175 million in dead cap between Tua, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Ramsey, Michael Fitzpatrick, Brandon Chubb.
You got to be able to draft. That's the only way you survive dead cap.
Now they have the picks. They will have the picks. I think they have 2 number ones, 4 threes. They got the picks. And this year's upcoming draft.
I need them to draft offense with that first pick.
Well, but the question is, do you go quarterback?
At 11.
What number are they at? They're 11?
This is a tank. This is a tank season.
I would trade back with them. I would trade back with Miami.
Okay.
But, they need a quarterback. They're not going to get it, right? So, or do they need a quarterback?
Too.
I guess the question is,
but they just signed Malik Willis. And Malik Willis performed well with Green Bay when he played.
I don't know.
Backup.
I don't know. We'll see.
But here's they're not competing this year, obviously.
So you think they're going to be tanking for the next year? Get Archie Manning in Miami?
I wouldn't even
Manning
say
in Miami.
I wouldn't even say tanking. Next year's QB class is much deeper than this one is. This is like a one QB draft really in the front. And you know what? Maybe in the later rounds they would maybe hit on one. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't think this year they're looking to win the Super Bowl. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't know if I would want Ty Simpson. I'm actually higher on Nussmeier than I am Ty Simpson.
They're kind of letting this new GM really do what he wants to do.
He was injured most of last season, but the year before he was elite.
I'm talking this past season, though.
He was injured. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see. But
we'll see.
Two things real quick. One, Arnold Edebuke. I'm going to get it right. He's now an Eagle. I'm going to get his name right. Edebuke. And
Edebuke, okay.
Edebuke or Edebike?
Edebuke.
Edebuke?
Yeah. You Googled it and you heard it say it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Good job.
Good job. And by the way, what I forgot to mention earlier was I do want to salute and say happy career to Darius Slay, who announced his retirement. Announced his retirement from the NFL. He didn't play that many. He played a couple years with the Eagles, but he won a Super Bowl here. Most of his career is with the Lions.
I will say he was really loyal to you.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. He didn't want to play for nobody but you.
Yeah,
that's true.
That dude was loyal.
Yeah, but Slay was always a good person. He's a good personality. Always he embraced Philly, and Philly embraced him. So I just want to say happy trails and happy future endeavors, whatever he wants to do with his career after football to Darius Slay.
Oh, by the way, you didn't mention the modification to the Eagles jerseys that's coming. Did you see that?
It's just a background to the letter rain. That's it.
They shouldn't have changed. They shouldn't have changed it at all.
I don't disagree.
From the start.
Yeah. So, anything else in free agency, guys, we want to talk about before we wrap things up?
A lot of money was spent.
A lot of money. Well, look, free cap went up. It's like the NBA now. The cap keeps on coming up.
I will say this about the free agency with the NFC East as a total. I think everyone relatively got better. I think we're going to see four, obviously, very different teams. Everyone changed up coordinators, coaches, players. So I'm excited for this season. I hope that we eventually one day get back to our real NFC East roots of being really competitive with each other. So this is more in the direction toward that.
It's definitely going to be competitive.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be,
One more thing, something that just made me chuckle. The NFL is trying to add another game to Thanksgiving week on Wednesday.
They don't need to do that.
No need.
Don't need.
We're good.
NFL,
just make another Black Friday game.
Cash grab. You have 3 games
you're doing
on
too
Thanksgiving.
Much. Sit down.
Yeah.
They want a game on every day of the week. That's it.
No,
every day of the week.
That's
every day.
That ruins the specialty of football.
Honestly, we're just the only day that there's not going to be a game is Tuesday when we record. We're running out of days to record the podcast.
There's that. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, absolutely.
Just leave the tradition where it is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. We did not have enough time to get to our socials today. That means, JT, you get 3 Who's That Football players. Are you excited about that?
Don't worry. Next week, it's happening.
It's happening. Regardless if we want it or not, it's happening now.
Y'all going to take it in. Basking it.
Basking. Okay. That being said, I believe, who played us out last week?
I did.
Okay, Maurice, it is your turn.
All right. I want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast this week. Please consider subscribing to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment. Make sure to follow us on Twitter or X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, and of course Facebook at 14_Rings Podcast. Until next week, have a good day.
Bye, y'all. Go Big Blue.
Blessings. DC for life.
Cue the music.
Cue that music.
Wait. Until we meet again.